पिला माने ता रोल नंबर लिखि छिते
हां सर से लिखुचंती
तो ठीक अछि हमर 10 स्टूडेंट लिख सलेनी कि रोल नंबर
प्राय तो लिखले 10 अबव लिखि सलेनी सर
चल तो ओके ओके आमे वर्तमान गोटे फोटो नेबा पिला माने को वीडियो ऑन करिया पई कोंतु
Please everyone, I have requested to unmute their video.
One minute. Someone admit. Ajit Kumar, open your video. Ajit Kumar. Ajit Kumar, open your video. Okay, madam, you start your program.
Okay, sir.
Give your self introduction, and then you will continue 7:30 to 8:30, and you try to complete the course within 8:30. And you are also requested to use both bilingual, English and Odia.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I have already introduced myself. So now I will start the class. So ମୁଁ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରେଜେଣ୍ଟ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି କିଛି how visible होउची समस्तंको
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So Indian society images and realities, course called BSOG-171, block 1. So in this block 1 you have I think in block 1 3 units are there. One is civilization and culture, second unit India as colony, nation, state and society. So for today only we will discuss regarding unit 1 and unit 2. Any problem hobo ki? हाँ समस्तों को देखा जाऊँगी?
No, ma'am.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So civilization and culture. Here we are going to study about India's civilization and culture. सभ्यता एवं संस्कृति. भारत समाजर बा भारतीय समाजर आमे पढ़िबो the civilization, the सभ्यता जोटा आमे ओडिया रे ट्रांसलेट करूछु सभ्यता और संस्कृति. So before going to the further discussion regarding this unit, first of all we have to know what is civilization and what is culture. So as you are seeing in the screen, a definition given by or a quote given by McIver and Page, R.M. McIver and Page, he has said, all the things that man does, all the things that man does, all the things he creates, all his artifacts, artifact means the things, the products, fall predominantly into one order or the other. So here in this quote, he has mentioned about both civilization and culture. Civilization and culture. civilization and culture. So in a land or in from the beginning of this earth, when ବା କୋଉ condition ଟାକୁ ଆମେ କହିବୁ ସଭ୍ୟତା? ସଭ୍ୟତା ହଉଛି ଯାହା ବି ମଣିଷ ତା ଜୀବନର ଶୈଳୀକୁ ଇଜି କରିବା ପାଇଁ ସେ ଯାହା ବି ତିଆରି କରିଛି, all those products are the part of civilization. So all things that man does, all the things he creates, all his artifacts fall predominantly into one order or the other. So here we are going to study about the civilization of India and culture of India. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ properly ଶୁଣା ଯାଉଛି?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. ହଁ ଶୁଣା ମଝିରେ ମଝିରେ ଟିକେ ମୁଁ ପଚାରୁଥିବି କାହିଁକି ନେଟୱାର୍କ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ବି ହେଇପାରେ। So civilization in a common parlance denotes the material world. ଯୋଉମାନେ sociology ପଢିଛ ସେମାନେ ଜାଣିଥିବ ଆମର two types of culture ଅଛି, two types of world ଅଛି, ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି material, ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି non material, ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ବସ୍ତୁ ଭିତ୍ତିକ ଆଉ ଗୋଟେ ହଉଛି ଅବସ୍ତୁ ଭିତ୍ତିକ। So civilization comes under the material world, starting from the invention of fire, up to the making of spacecraft, all belongs to the material of all belong to the world of civilization. है ना? Civilization in a common parlance denotes the material world. It means the whole mechanism. Mute please କରନ୍ତୁ ଯିଏ ବି unmute ଅଛୁ. Mute yourself please. Ajit Kumar mute. Ajit Kumar.
Ma'am, muted.
So civilization, it means the whole mechanism and organization which man has devised in his endeavor to control the condition of his life. ମଣିଷ ଯେବେଠୁ ସେ ପୃଥିବୀକୁ ଆସିଲା ସେଇ ସମୟ ପରଠାରୁ ଜୀବନକୁ ନିଜ ଜୀବନ ଶୈଳୀକୁ ଇଜି କରିବା ପାଇଁ ନା ସୁରୁଖୁରୁରେ ଚଳେଇବା ପାଇଁ ସେ ଯେତେ ପ୍ରକାରର ଇନଭେନସନ କରିଲା, ଯେତେ ପ୍ରକାର ଡିସ୍କଭରି କରିଲା, ଯୋଉ ପ୍ରଡକ୍ଟ ସେ ତିଆରି କରିଲା, all those ଶୁଣା ଯାଉ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am, I can't hear you. Ma'am, I don't get your video also.
Okay, okay. You just wait. There is some internet problem by which madam could not connect. So you just wait.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir.
Madam. Okay, student. You just wait. Due to some internet problem, madam could not join. Dear students, you just wait. Due to network problem, it is intervening. So please wait. Whether am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Acha, is there any problem regarding your any query regarding your examination, admission? We are just discussing the matter till Madam joined. Ajit Kumar.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Abhishek. What do you want to speak?
ସାର୍ ମୁଁ କହିବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଥିଲି କି ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ଟା ଦିଆ ହବ ସେଟା ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ ସେମ୍ ହବ ନା ଡିଫର କରିବ?
ନାଇଁ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ତୁମେ ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟଟା ତୁମର ଇଗ୍ନୁ ୱେବସାଇଟରେ ଅଛି କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଗୁଡ଼ିକୁ କଲେକ୍ଟ କରି ତାର ଆନ୍ସର ଲେଖି ତମର ଷ୍ଟଡି ସେଣ୍ଟରରେ ହିଁ ଜମା କରିବ। ତେଣୁ କୋଶ୍ଚିନ୍ ଆନ୍ସର ଯୋଉ ଲେଖିବ ତମେ ତମ ଭାଷାରେ ଲେଖିବ, ତମ ଚିନ୍ତନରେ ଲେଖିବ।
सर असाइनमेंट जमा कर
ଜମା
करना है
କରିବାର ତାରିଖ ହେଉଛି 30 ସେପ୍ଟେମ୍ବର।
30 सितंबर तो
30 ସେପ୍ଟେମ୍ବର।
थैंक यू सर।
Yes, Rekha
Question book
Pradhan,
मिलिବ?
do you want to ask something?
Hello.
हाँ मैडम जॉइन कले कि? हेलो। Yes, you ask question, Rekhamani Pradhan. You have raised your hand.
सर हम स्टडी मटेरियल केते टाइम माने केते दिन भीतर मिल परिबा?
ओके
सर
मैडम, हाँ तुम्हारे स्टडी मटेरियल 1 मिनिट मैडम जॉइन कले, हाँ आप कंटिन्यू करंतु, हाँ कंटिन्यू करंतु, मो आउट हो जाउछु बर्तन कंटिन्यू करंतु। हाँ अजित कुमार कौन पचारिबो?
नो सर
हाँ मैडम जॉइन कले? हेलो हेलो
ना सर।
ओके
ମ୍ୟାମ୍ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଛନ୍ତି ବଟ୍ ତାଙ୍କର ମ୍ୟୁଟ୍ ଆସୁଛି।
ओके ओके allow me to tell you. Due to internet problem, madam could not join. You just wait. Okay, madam has joined.
Hello.
हाँ
Hello.
madam, you have joined. You just start.
हाँ हाँ sir.
Okay, okay madam, you joined and you have start.
Okay sir. So sorry for the disturbance. So civilization and culture. So here in civilization and culture, first of all we will discuss about Indian civilization. Indian civilization first as one of the oldest civilization. How India civilization or Indian civilization is the oldest civilization, and its beginning, point of its beginning. Then approaches of studying Indian civilization. The main part is approaches of studying Indian civilization. So as we all know, Indian civilization is one of the oldest civilization among other three civilizations of the world, that is Mesopotamia, Egypt and China. The history of India begins with the birth of the Indus Valley civilization. As we all know, Indus Valley civilization, from where our ancient history started. Otherwise, or the other name of Indus Valley civilization is Harappan civilization. It flourished around, it was believed, or it flourished around 2500 BC, before Christ, in the western part of South Asia, that is at present, that is now Pakistan, Western India. So Indian civilization is known for different inventions and dynasties. It is the place where you can find the mixture or the amalgamation of various and diversities of cultures, starting from Harappan culture to this present modern industrial culture. So now at present we are in the time of modern industrial culture. So in this section, we will discuss the various approaches to study Indian civilization. So both time here directly approaches to the study of Indian civilization to start koridoshi. So there are, or in your book or syllabus, it has given 4 approaches to study Indian civilization. 4 approaches to study Indian civilization. They are catalog approach, cultural essence approach, cultural communication, and approaching India as a type. approaching India as a type. So first of all, catalog approach. What is the catalog approach to study Indian civilization? This approach is about to listing out the various traits and qualities of Indian civilization. So what are those qualities and what are those features which contribute to the Indianness? This approach also emphasizes India as a distinct country. So here in this catalog approach, the discussion will be on what are those distinctive traits or qualities of India or Indian civilization. First quality or first trait of India is infinitely absorbent like an ocean. Bharat gote mahasagara pari. It has the quality of absorbing all other cultures. This is one of the distinctive quality of India. Then India has the inclusive capacity to absorb foreign races and cultures. Inclusive capacity means it has expanded its area or its boundary to include all other cultures. Or you can say it has provided a place where all other cultures, all other races, they can preserve or they can continue or they can grow. So India has an inclusive capacity to absorb all other foreign races and cultures. For example, we have given place to other religions. Okay. Next, the third distinctive trait or quality of India is the power of assimilation. The power of assimilation. Assimilation means the nature of influencing as well as influenced by other cultures. केवल भारत अन्य देशीय बा अन्य धर्म को से जगह दे नहीं, प्लेस दे नहीं, किंतु ता सहित अन्य धर्म सहित भी से मिसी जाइछि. सेटा को हम कहूछु एसिमिलेशन. द पावर ऑफ एसिमिलेशन. जो एसिमिलेशन प्रोसेस रू सिंथेसिस आसुछि, सिंथेटिक नेचर ऑफ इंडिया आमे पाउछु. द पावर ऑफ एसिमिलेशन, which otherwise we can say the nature of influencing, अन्य को प्रभावित करिबा और प्रभावित हेबा. The nature of influencing as well as influenced by other cultures. So India, how can we separate India from other civilizations? By analyzing these three traits as infinitely absorbent quality, like a ocean. India has given place or it has absorbed all other cultures within its fold. Its inclusive capacity. It has given place, area to live, to grow the other cultures or races. And also the power of assimilation. This is the catalog approach. Catalog approach means to list out those qualities, those traits which separate Indian civilization from other civilizations. Then cultural essence approach. What is the cultural essence approach? It is the approach which deals with the uniqueness of Indian civilization. Uniqueness of Indian civilization. How, when you are going to the Western countries, how or from which background you are recognized by them. तमे केमिति को uniqueness को इंडिया रो को क्वालिटी द्वारा बा समानक द्वारा चिन्हित होउछ. So cultural essence, it is approach which deals with the uniqueness of Indian civilization. Indian civilization is unique in terms of its concept of unity and diversity. है ना? विविधता मध्यरे एकता, विविधता मध्यरे एकता. भारत आम भारत जनाशुना विविधता मध्यरे एकता, यूनिटी एंड डाइवर्सिटी कॉन्सेप्ट थ्रू याकू यूनिक कहा जाउची. Indian civilization is unique in terms of its concept of unity and diversity, the act of tolerance, propagation and practicing of dharma. Here, dharma, it is not to follow any particular religion. Propagation and practicing of dharma, spirituality and divinity. These are the qualities, or these are the uniqueness nature of Indian civilization. Then cultural communication approach. Cultural communication approach. This approach focuses on the processes through which culture flows from one direction to the other. प्रक्रिया जोटा हमें कहूँ ओडिया रे social processes. Approaches which focuses on the processes through which culture flows from one direction to the other. For example, Western countries or Western culture have flows towards Eastern countries. We have adopted the culture, also the religion of the Western, and vice versa. So this cultural communication approach focuses on the processes through which culture flows from one direction to the other. This approach also emphasizes communication between the great and little tradition, which means the religion, which means the flow of culture from urban to rural. From urban to rural. This cultural communication approach also concentrated on how each part of Indian culture are interdependent to each other. Then analyzing Indian civilization as a type. Indian civilization is one type. There are different types of civilization. So this approach, analyzing Indian civilization as type, समझते प्लीज निज निज बही बाहर करिथिबो जहाँ भी तुमको बही दिया है जे, that will help you, that will guide you while discussing. समस्तों सुना जाउछे?
हां.
So analyzing, the last approach is analyzing Indian civilization as a type. So Indian civilization is one type. This approach means Indian civilization is one type. There are different types of civilization. Egypt civilization, China civilization, Chinese civilization, Greek civilization. So Indian civilization is one type. So this approach is about generalization. Generalization by comparing Indian society to other societies and cultures. So it is not the approach to differentiate between India and other countries. This approach is about generalization. What are those commonalities, those similarities between the Indian society and other societies? That means generalization. What are the similarities? So this approach, this analyzing Indian civilization as a type approach, is about generalization, finding similarities by comparing Indian society to other societies and cultures. For example, William Jones did by comparing Sanskrit language to Latin and Greek. से जो प्राय जर्मन एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव थिले प्राय से ओरिएंटलिस्ट थिले तो से संस्कृत जो से इंडिया को आसीथिले से संस्कृत ऊपर तांकर मास्टर बा संस्कृत ऊपर तांकर अभिज्ञता अधिक थिला ଆଉ ସେ ସଂସ୍କୃତକୁ ଗୋଟେ ଉନ୍ନତ ଧରଣର ଭାଷା ବୋଲି କହିଥିଲେ ଆଉ ତାକୁ ଲାଟିନ ଆଉ ଗ୍ରୀକ ସହିତ କମ୍ପେୟାର କରିଥିଲେ। This is one example of the Indian civilization type, and also another example can be comparing the rural life of India with other countries. So this Indian civilization type approach is always focusing on finding similarities between the societies. This is the approach. This is the approach part. Then understanding the geography of India. Next section is about understanding the geography of India. This is also to understand geography or geographical condition or geographical area is important because प्रायतः आम जोग्राफिकल दृष्टिकोण आम भिन्नता देखाई पारू किंतु ता सत्वे भी we Indians are one. India is known for its multi-nature, multi-linguistic, multicultural, multi-party as well as multi-religious. This multiplied or diversified nature of India is provided by its geographical divisions. So diversification by differentiation kemiti asila because of these geographical divisions. So geography को बुझिबा भी निहाती आवश्यक अटे. This multiplied or diversified nature of India is provided by its geographical divisions. India may be divided into here in your syllabus. It has been given three geographical areas. India may be divided into three geographical areas. They are the perennial or nuclear zones. The perennial or nuclear zones, that is the zones which are around the Sutlej and Jamuna Doab and Ganga Jamuna Doab, which is found in North India. North India part से प्राय तो हरियाणा, यूपी, दिल्ली, आगरा ये सब जगह को प्राय perennial nuclear zone हुआ होगी. These zones are characterized by fertile land, fertile plains or fertile land. So these perennial zones are the fertile river basins, plains and delta. प्राय तो बोले तुम देखी परिवो. These are the areas where human settlement is very easy. Easy है गला बा population density अधिक बढ़िला ये सब जगह रे because these areas are near the river. And water is the main source to have settlement. So लोक सुविधा यही सब जगह रे अधिक लोक बसवास करिले जेहेतु यह नदी अंचल पाखापाखि अंचल थिला. तो पाई इंडिया रे नॉर्थ इंडियन स्टेट्स लाइक हरियाणा हे जाओ, यूपी हे जाओ बा दिल्ली, आगरा हे जाओ, नॉर्थ इंडियन स्टेट्स यही सब जगह रे प्राय यही सब जगह को आम न्यूक्लियर जोन सब कही था. पुणी न्यूक्लियर जोन इन साउथ इंडिया रे प्राय तमिलनाडु, केरला, महाराष्ट्र, मैसूर, आंध्र प्रदेश ये जगह को आम साउथर्न न्यूक्लियर जोन्स कही था. So perennial or nuclear zones are those areas which are fertile, and in which places agricultural can be easily done by the people. Then the root zone, a root zone specifically found in western central northern India. The parts of Madhya Pradesh, प्राय मध्य प्रदेश एरिया को आम रूट जोन कहूचु. पार्ट्स ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश और द मलबा जोटा आम कहूचु मध्य प्रदेश के मलबा एरिया अच्छी से एरिया को आम रूट जोन कहूचु प्राय. So it has been written, it connects North India with the western coast and Deccan. It connects North India with the western coast. It acts as a passage for invaders and traders to reach nuclear zones of attraction. Then the zones of, so here you can find in root zone the the field tribes. Field tribes तुम्हें अधिक पाइबो. Then zones of relative isolation. The zones of relative isolation. These are the places where there is no easy communication, there is no easy transportation to go there. These places are inaccessible and geographically lesser conducive areas for human settlement. प्राय लद्दाख area, एक example लद्दाख area देगी mountainous area को हमें zones of relative isolation कहूଛୁ, जहाँ mainstream society रो पूरा पृथक रहूची, है ना, mainstream society रो पूरा पृथक रहूची लद्दाख area सब, ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେ area को the zones of relative isolation कुहा होची. So these are the three geographical division of India. So geographical discussion is necessary because we getting diversification from this by knowing the geography. Why India is so much diversified? विविधता काहेकि अछि भारत रे आमे geography द्वारा जानि पारुछु. Then next section होची viewing India from structural and cultural perspective. In a direct sense, by in a simple term, India's social structure and cultural structure. Structural perspective and cultural perspective. On which basis or which are the features of India's social structure? India's social structure is very much influenced by its past. Very much influenced by its past. Past is if we search in history or in historical figures or historical literatures, we can find when the Aryans came to India. From that onward, from then onwards, Indian society got divided into two classes or two divisions. The Indian social structure किपरि भाबरे बा को आधार रे को बेसिस रे या को गठन करा हेची बा गठित हेची. Indian social structure is very much influenced by its past. Since the inception of Aryans into the Indian land, Indian society has been divided into two divisions or classes. They are Aryans and Dasyus. प्राय सब जानिछु Aryans and Dasyus बा Dasyus जो मन को कहा होतला. सेही समय थारू India we are seeing India into two parts. Indian society into two parts, into two classes. Classes of conquerors and classes of conquered. Because Aryans they overcome Dasyus. ସେମାନେ ଜିତିଥିଲେ ଦାସୁସ ଉପରେ ହେଲା. ଆଉ ଏବେ ଯୋଉ କଲଚର ଆମ ଚାଲିଛି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ସେଟା ହଉଛି the contribution of Aryans. जो ब्राह्मणिcal order देखुଛ, this is also the contribution of Aryans. The Indian society is fragmented and diversified in nature. What kind of social structure India have or Indian society have? Fragmented and diversified in nature. Because all the people are diverse, they are divided into small parts. Because you are observing numerous number of castes in Indian society. The Indian social structure is based on caste system, Varna order. This is the structural perspective of Indian society or Indian civilization. The Indian society is fragmented and diversified in nature. It is also based on fourfold division of society, that is known as Varna Vyavastha or fourfold division of society: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. So Indian social structure is very much influenced by its past. So these are the features of Indian social structure. Note I am structural perspective कहूँ. Regulated by caste rigidities, jati pratha. Jati pratha is also one of the part of Indian social structure. Segmental division of society हमें जोड़ा खोजो. Social stratification, स्तरीकरण प्रक्रिया. है ना? तो भारत समाज स्तरीकरण प्रक्रिया द्वारा सजे ही जी. है ना? One caste is above the other. One is in the position of one is in the position of higher level and another is in lower level or bottom level. So past true जहाँ भी हमें सीखी जो past true जहाँ हमें आनी चु since the later Vedic period है ना कहीं कि हमें जाने चु भी history पिला माने अच्छो जो दी पढ़ी चो history ताले Vedic period रे this type of fragmentation was not there है ना किंतु later Vedic period पर ठारू we have shown divisions in our Indian society. So Indian social structure is very much influenced by past. Its social structure is based on caste system, jati pratha, fourfold division of society, जोंटा हमें जाने to class नारे, है ना? Fourfold division रो ही caste system आसे छे. Ashrama Vyavastha is also one of the part of Indian social structure. Ashrama Vyavastha, the way to moksha. The Ashrama Vyavastha, हमें जाने चाहिए there are 4 ashramas: Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So these are some of the parts or features of Indian social structure. So for an outsider, for a Westerner, India is a place of rigidities because it follows caste system. Then cultural perspective of India. Cultural perspective of India. India is a multicultural country. India is a multicultural country. Yeah. So by its methods like agriculture is also one of the culture. Agriculture it has been provided by the Aryans. है ना? Aryans माने जितने आसन आते दासुस माने को agriculture आसन होतिला. In the agriculture, it has been provided or it has been contributed to Indian land by the Aryans. The Indian culture is also known by its practice of dharma. Here, I want to tell you, dharma is not similar to Hinduism. It is dharma here not means to follow any or other kind of religion. It means above religion. Here, if you will go through the book of Nehru, The Discovery of India, in that book he has written, Dharma is not equal to or Indian culture is not Hinduism. Indian culture is not Hinduism. Hinduism is a part of Indian culture. Indian culture is not Hinduism. So dharma को they defined by dharma को explanation देइछन्ति जोटा this is the dharma is the essence of cultural essence of Indian society. The central idea of old Indian civilization or Indo-Aryan culture was that of dharma. Dharma को अधिक significance वा अधिक importance दिया है, which means something more than religion or creed. So in India, dharma was a conception of obligations to perform one's duties. That is dharma. Was a conception of obligations of the discharge of one's duties to oneself and to the others. That is dharma. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଧର୍ମ କୁ ଅଧିକ ମାନ୍ୟତା ଦିଆଯାଇଛି ଇଣ୍ଡିଆରେ ଧାମ ଯୋଉଟା ଆମେ ବୁଦ୍ଧିଜିମ ରେ ଧାମ ବୋଲି କହୁଛୁ. किंतु हिंदुइज्म में धर्म बोली कहूँ आमे। So dharma, the practice of dharma is one of the cultural essence or cultural perspective of India. Then Hinduism. Hinduism is also one of the essence of Indian culture. जोटा हमें कहे तो Hinduism is a mixture of Arya dharma, Vedic dharma, Sanatan dharma, है ना? So Hinduism is a mixture of all these dharmas. Hinduism as the essence of Indian culture. Also, Indian culture is also known by universal tolerance towards all religion. So, by the concept of dharma, we are getting the attitude of tolerance towards all religion. So, how we explain the culture? We can see, or we can explain by giving significance to the absorbing quality of India. जोटा मु आगुरु कहली absorbing quality of India, सेटा होची हमर cultural essence. The inclusive capacity of India. Inclusive capacity of India. सेटा को हम कहि परिबा cultural perspective of India. Cultural perspective of India. Then discourses, next section होची discourses on India's civilizational unity. Discourses on India's civilizational unity. Discourses means discussions or dialect. जैसे कार्ल मार्क्स पढ़िथिबो. Then discourses को discussion बोली कहा जाउची नहले dialect बोली कहा जाउची. When we are discussing about one concept, we are arguing, हमें जुक्ति करूचु, तर्क करूचु. So there are three viewpoints among the scholars about the unified nature of India. है ना? Unified nature of India. So there are three viewpoints. Scholars मानक मध्य रे चर्चा हैला कि इंडिया बा भारत काहे एते यूनिफाइड, एते इन्वेशन हैला, एते लोक एते आक्रमण हैला, ता सत्ते भी इंडिया निजर से यूनिकनेस को केमिति मेंटेन करिछि, है ना? ता उपरे जेतेबे स्कॉलर्स मानक मध्य रे चर्चा हैला, से माने तीनोटी पॉइंट उपरे फैक्टर उपरे से माने चर्चा करिए. They are first factor or first point of view among the scholars about the unified nature of India is denying aspect of unity of the Indian civilization. Some scholars they denied, they rejected the unity of the Indian civilization. Yeah. India is a division of different regions. है ना? विभिन्न regions द्वारा विभक्त है इंडिया. regionalism को यहाँ follow करूची, विभिन्न पार्ट रे विभक्त है ची. So India cannot be a unified. India unity रे रही परिबो नहीं, बा गोटे unified क्वालिटी ता भितरे नथिबो. किछि स्कॉलर्स एहा जुक्ति करिले. सेकंड तर्क कोन, सेकंड व्यू पॉइंट कोन, इंडिया एज एन ऑल एनकम्पासिंग civilization and unified entity. And the second scholars they supported the unitedness found in India. They supported the unified nature of India. Third viewpoint is synthesis picture of India. Synthesis picture of India. The scholars who supported or who talks about the third point, they talks about India as a land of composite culture. Land of composite culture. Yeah. So first point रे आमे देखिबु according to the first view regionalism is a force which challenges the idea of an all Indian civilization. Yeah. Regionalism को प्रायतः दायी करागला and regionalism is that force which divides India or Indian land. So people cannot or they cannot be equal. They cannot be regarded as equal. Regionalism दृष्टिରୁ first point कौची first point of discussion. According to the second view, India's civilization is unique and distinct from other world cultures or societies because of its concept of dharma, which was something much more than religion or creed. Because India has the quality of tolerance. India has the quality of tolerance. Because of that attitude, the scholars, they argued with others, India is a encompassing civilization, all encompassing civilization. ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ସେ ନିଜର କରିଛି ଭାରତ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ ନିଜର କରିଛି ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଏହା ଗୋଟେ ୟୁନିଫାଇଡ୍ ଏଣ୍ଟିଟି third point कौन को होची third discussion third discourse the third view is about the synthesis of different religions and cultures. India as a civilization has adopted the synthetic approach. Synthetic approach means that India has influenced others निज धर्म बा निज कल्चर को अन्य कल्चर द्वारा प्रभावित होईची अन्य कल्चर द्वारा प्रभावित होईची आउ से अन्य को प्रभावित मध्य करिची देखो हम कहू छी सिंथेसिस बा मिक्सचर पृथक नुहे किंतु एठी हमें मिक्सचर देखुछु वी हैव एडॉप्टेड सम क्वालिटीज सम कल्चर्स some food habits, some others, and also we have given. ସେଥିପାଇଁ ଆମେ ଇଣ୍ଡିଆକୁ ଗୋଟେ ସିନ୍ଥେସିସ୍ ରୂପରେ ଦେଖୁଛୁ ଆମେ for example we are celebrating the festivals. If we are Hindu, then we are celebrating the festivals of a Muslim and vice versa. तो एठी इंडिया को आमे तीनोटी भागरे बा तीनोटी व्यू पॉइंट रखिछन्ते स्कॉलर्स गोटे व्यू पॉइंट जोडा रिजेक्ट द यूनिटी ऑफ इंडियन सिविलाइजेशन बिकॉज इन इंडिया द प्लेसेस और द रीजन्स आर डिवाइडेड ज्योग्राफिकली डिवीजन रछि सेकंड होची कि नो धर्म एहा को मेंटेन करिछि धर्म हे जाऊ बा ब्राह्मणियल ऑर्डर हे जाऊ जाति प्रथा हे जाऊ ए सब बांधी की रखी सोशल स्ट्रक्चर को इंडियन सोशल स्ट्रक्चर को बांधी की रखी यूनिफाइड नेचर देछि गोटे थर्ड रे गोटे कंपोजिट कल्चर बा सिंथेसिस कल्चर भाबरे भी देखा हेछि देन वी हैव कंप्लीटेड आई एम सॉरी लोग फर्स्ट यूनिट वी हैव कंप्लीटेड टाइम तो हेलानी मु कंटिन्यू करिवे ना कोन
आउडी कंटिन्यू करूंगा
कंटिन्यू विद टाइम हाउ टू टेक
हां मैडम
आगे सर
अपन नेक्स्ट क्लास रे आउ जा रहि जाई छी नेक्स्ट क्लास रे ताको पढाई नेबे आउ आज रो क्लास वाइंड अप कर दियंतु
आगे
हमें नेक्स्ट आउ गुटे रिकॉर्डिंग दबु तो
आगे सर हां ठीक है
I am very much thankful to you and as well as the other learners also. So all the learners are requested to attend the class in time so that your courses will be completed in time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you all of
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Wi-Fi.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. अभिषेक भाई
हाँ सतेज कह ମୁଁ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଲିଙ୍କ ଟା ପଠେଇ
ଦେଲନି
ଦେଇଛି
କିଛି
ଯଦି ଭାଇ ଫ୍ରେଣ୍ଡସ୍ ମାନେ କେହି ଯଦି ଜଏଣ୍ଟ ହେବାକୁ ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରନ୍ତି। ହଁ ଭାଇ ମୁଁ ଅଲରେଡି କ୍ରିଏଟ କରିଦେଇଛି ଗ୍ରୁପ ଟା ଆପଣ ମାନେ ଯଦି ଚାହୁଁଛନ୍ତି ତାହେଲେ ଜଏନ୍ କରିଯାଆନ୍ତୁ। ଦେଖିବା ଯଦି ଆଗକୁ ଫର୍ଦର ଯଦି କୌଣସି ଆସୁଛି ଲିଙ୍କ ଆସୁଛି କିମ୍ବା କୌଣସି ବି ଅପଡେଟ ଆସୁଛି ତ ଦେଖିବା ଆମେ ଏଥିରେ ପ୍ରୋଭାଇଡ କରିପାରିବା। କାରଣ ଆମେ ବି ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ପିଲା ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉମାନେ କି ୟା ଦ୍ଵାରା ମାନେ କଣ ହେଲ୍ପଫୁଲ ହେଇପାରୁ।
व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप के एटा
ହଁ ଭାଇ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ସଆପ ଗ୍ରୁପ ଟେ ଖୋଲିଛୁ ଯଦି ମାନେ ପିଲାମାନେ ଯଦି ବି ମାନେ ବହୁତ ଗୁଡେ ପିଲା ଆମର ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉମାନେ କି ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରନ୍ତି ଆଜି ଯେମିତି ସାର୍ କହିଲେ କି ଆମର 400 ଏବେ ପିଲା ଅଛନ୍ତି ଯୋଉମାନେ କି ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି ଏମିତିରେ ତ ଏଥିରେ ମାତ୍ର 30 ଜଣ କ୍ଲାସ କରୁଛନ୍ତି। ମୁଁ ଚାହୁଁଛି ଯଦି ବି ପିଲାମାନେ ଆମର ଏଇଥିରେ ଜଏନ୍ ହେଇଯାଉଛନ୍ତି ତ ଆମେ ଏଥିରେ ବି ଅପଡେଟ ଦେଇପାରିବା କିମ୍ବା ଆସାଇନମେଣ୍ଟ ଯୋଉମାନେ ବି ପିଲା ଜାଣି ପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି କଣ କରିପାରୁନାହାନ୍ତି। क्या क्या आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है ठीक से नहीं आ रहा है। ये हमारा व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप हमने क्रिएट किया है।
कौन सा
जो भी चाहे तो
सब्जेक्ट का?
हमारे हमारे कोर्स का ही है BHGS का।
बीए उसका नहीं है क्या?
नहीं
पॉलिटिकल
BHGS
साइंस
हमारा इंग्लिश ऑनर्स का ही है।
वो इंग्लिश ऑनर्स है।
हाँ
ये तो पॉलिटिकल साइंस ऑनर्स का क्लास चल रहा था ना।
नहीं तो हमें तो क्लास दिया मैंने भेजा गया था कि आज का लिंक हमारा भी है तो
ये इंग्लिश ऑनर्स का क्लास है,
हाँ
पॉलिटिकल
ये तो
साइंस का
इंग्लिश
नहीं।
ऑनर्स का ही तो क्लास था।
नहीं ये एक्चुअली हेलो ये एक्चुअली ये सब्जेक्ट का क्लास है। ये सब्जेक्ट में जो जो क्लास ऑन इनरोल्ड हैं वो लोग सब लोग कर सकते हैं। मैं
हाँ
साइकोलॉजी से हूँ तो मैं भी कर रही हूँ।
हाँ हमारा तो इंग्लिश ऑनर्स है हम
मैं
भी कर
पॉलिटिकल
सकते हैं।
साइंस ऑनर्स से हूँ तो इसलिए पूछी।
मेरा तो हिस्ट्री ऑनर्स है ना।
हमारा इंग्लिश ऑनर्स है। हमारा ये कोर्स
अभिषेक
है ना
इंग्लिश ऑनर्स
इसीलिए
का हो?
पॉलिटिकल साइंस
हाँ
ऑनर्स
हम इंग्लिश ऑनर्स के हैं।
अच्छा ठीक है, ये
मेरा
अपना व्हाट्सएप
पॉलिटिकल साइंस
नंबर।
ऑनर्स
हेलो
हाँ मैंने ये
अभिषेक,
जो
ऑनर्स
ग्रुप
हिस्ट्री।
हाँ भाई बोलो बोलो।
बोल रहे हैं। अरे यार इसका इतना साउंड हो रहा है।
प्रेरणा आपका थोड़ा सा आवाज आ रहा है थोड़ा
को
सा
बोलना
अजित
है।
हाँ अजित
ये तुम्हारा ये रीजनल सेंटर कहाँ का है?
ये NC कॉलेज जाजपुर का है।
जाजपुर। मेरा तो यहाँ गवर्नमेंट ऑटोनोमस राउरकेला।
अब कोई बात नहीं हमारा असाइनमेंट तो सेम ही आएगा ना इंग्लिश का।
अच्छा असाइनमेंट मिला है
तो
तुमको?
नहीं हम तो प्रोवाइड किया गया है ना ग्रुप में ये जो इग्नो का जो वेबसाइट है इसमें अपडेट किया गया है।
नहीं अपडेट का बात नहीं है, असाइनमेंट मेरे पास है इसलिए मैं पूछ रहा था।
इस सब्जेक्ट वाइज
हाँ सबको
असाइनमेंट
तो मिल
आएगा
गया
ना।
हाँ
2021 का तो आ गया है ग्रुप में आ गया है।
हाँ
इस सब्जेक्ट वाइज असाइनमेंट आएगा ना।
हाँ वो तो
सब्जेक्ट
आ गया
वाइज
है
असाइनमेंट है, आ चुका है।
आ चुका है आ चुका है।
आ चुका है।
हाँ चाहिए
हाँ
तो हम ग्रुप में भेज देंगे देखते हैं क्या होता है।
आप
हाँ
भेज
भेज
देना
देना
थोड़ा।
थोड़ा।
ओके ओके ठीक है।
अच्छा ये जो ग्रुप का तुम भेजे हो
हाँ
उसमें लिंक क्रिएट करने से
इस गोइंग
लिंक
टू
से
गो
क्लिक करोगे तो
ऑन
डायरेक्ट
फ्रॉम
रिडायरेक्ट हो जाओगे व्हाट्सएप पे। देख लो ज्वाइन होता है तो ज्वाइन हो जाओ।
ठीक है। गुड नाइट।
ओके
चलो
भाई
हम
गुड नाइट
ज्वाइन
गुड
कर लिए
नाइट।
ठीक है।
ओके ओके भाई गुड नाइट।
गुड नाइट। कल
एवरीवन गुड
मिलते हैं
नाइट।
क्लास में।
हाँ भाई ठीक है कोई बात नहीं।